My name is Dr. Vibha Dubey. I am consultant pediatrician in SKG Hospital, Jodhpur and visiting consultant in IIT Jodhpur and HPCL Refinery, Pachpadra. Today, I will be talking about anxiety in children. Children suffer from anxiety. Yes, they do. And as parent, as healthcare provider and pediatrician, we should be aware of the fact. Some anxiety is common in everyone, including children, when they face some problematic situation. But when the problematic situation is not that much, but still child is having anxiety, then it is called anxiety disorder. Now we will talk about different type of anxiety disorder affecting children. Now we will talk about generalized anxiety disorder. What is generalized anxiety disorder? The child is having fear that something will go wrong even if when there is no problem there. It generally happens to children who have suffered some major event in life such as death, separation of parents or some accident. They are anxious even in the normal lifetime situations like attending a birthday party, lunchtime, riding a bus, meeting their friends, playtime, etc. Children with generalized anxiety disorder may also worry about war, weather, or they can constantly worry about their future. They might also worry about safety of their loved ones, illness, or any accident. It is very difficult for them to eat well, sleep coolly at night, and play coolly. Now, coming to another kind of anxiety that is called panic attacks. Some children suffer from panic attacks just before some major life event, but some suffer from panic attacks just like that only, without any cause. Once they suffer from panic attacks, they always worry that there will be another attack because the feeling is very unpleasant. Now coming to another kind of anxiety called phobia. There can be fear of heights, fear of closed spaces, fear of dark spaces. Some kind of fear with these situations can be there in all the children, but when it reaches to extreme levels, it is called phobia. Now coming to another kind of anxiety, which is called social anxiety. Some limited amount of social anxiety is very common when somebody meets a stranger, but when it is to an extreme extent, it is called social anxiety. For example, some children don't raise hand in the class when the teacher asks question, even if they know the answer very well, because they are afraid of the environment. Some kids become totally mute in front of strangers as if they don't know even how to talk. They always have the fear of looking awkward. Now coming to what are the causes of anxiety disorders in children. First is genetics. One or the other parent might be suffering from anxiety disorder and child might inherit that. Second cause can be tragedy in the family. Child might suffer from some tragedy in the family at a very young age like bereavement, some accident, some illness or in the family. This can lead to anxiety disorder in the family. Third cause can be turbulent or disturbed atmosphere at home. If the parents are separated, child is being raised by a single parent, or if both the parents are living together but there is a constant fight in the family, then child might, because of that kind of environment, child might develop lifelong anxiety disorder. When a disturbed atmosphere in the school can also be one of the cause. If the child is constantly being bullied by his peers, he might develop anxiety disorder. Now coming to symptoms of the anxiety disorder. Anxiety disorder can make the children irritable or angry. Child might also have trouble sleeping. He might develop physical symptoms like headache, stomach ache, etc. In extreme cases, child might also develop palpitation, difficulty in breathing and sweating. Some children have got the tendency to keep the problems to themselves and then it becomes even more difficult to tackle the problem. And these children, they try to avoid normal activity like meeting their friends, going out or going to school. Now coming to how we will manage this problem. As I always say, prevention is always better than cure. So we should try this problem, prevent this problem from developing. Parents are role models for children. And when there is a problem in the family, child is watching his parents how they are handling the situation, and accordingly his behavior will develop it later. Now coming to management. Suppose child already is having this problem, how we are going to manage it? Nutritious food, sufficient sleep, physical activity and very good support system always helps the child. If we don't know how to deal with the problem ourselves, we should take the child to a psychiatrist. They are expert in a therapy called cognitive behavior therapy. In this therapy, they try to change the negative views of the child into a positive one, and that leads to better behavior. They should be told that they are not at fault. Running away from the situation never helps. If the child is repeatedly exposed to the situation, child will develop coping mechanism how to deal with this situation. Regular practice of meditation, pranayam and deep breathing exercises always helps. Parents can help a lot if they are calm themselves. They should be always friendly with the kid and they should ask the kid whatever there is a cause of worry in the whole week, they can write it on a piece of paper and put it in the box. At the end of the week, whole family can sit on the table and in a very friendly manner discuss all the problems and how to cope with it. If the child is distressed because of some problem like bereavement or separation, then we should get some books or film. The child can watch that books and films and then he can learn to cope with that problem. Suppose there is a major change coming in the family, like moving the house, we should always discuss with the child and prepare the child about it beforehand only. Distraction is a very good coping mechanism. If you know that your child is anxious about going to school, take the child to school and while on the way, distract the child and play the games like let's count all the red cards going in the way. That way, child will be distracted and he will forget about his anxiety. The goal is not to eliminate anxiety but teach child how to deal with it. So now I have told you everything what I knew about how to deal with anxiety in children. If you like this topic, then kindly like, share and subscribe it. Thank you so much.